All right.
Here we are.
Welcome back to another B Camp podcast. We got some week 13 reaction and some week 14 preview. This will be the one episode of the week, but we're gonna keep it short.
Why does my arm look tiny?
I don't know. It's very massive.
Yes,
I don't understand why it
kind of
looked like that.
It's just a little massive.
Just a little massive.
Not even close.
All right. What do you want to start off with for this week? I'm going to make sure we're running smoothly. What are your big takeaways from this past weekend?
Big takeaways. Cyclones coming back to where we always should have been. Should have been beating teams like
What?
Oh man. Been sick today. Just a little groggy. Kansas. Oh my goodness. Jalen Daniels. Yeah. We should have been beating teams like Kansas this entire time. We've played teams worse than Kansas. Colorado. Should have beat Colorado. Should have beat
Arizona State.
Should have beat Arizona State with Jeff Sims. Should have beat them. Shouldn't have had those losses. We knew what Iowa State was capable this whole time, but they just haven't been doing that. And you know what? They're back on track this week.
Yeah,
we're gonna win again. We're gonna win against Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Iowa State. I saw one thing where it was saying like this is the floor for Iowa State now, which is amazing considering what Iowa State normally is.
Yep.
And so this season, yeah, not as good as we would have hoped, but like
injuries have just hurt us.
So
nothing has been the same since Rocco Beck got clapped by Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So Cyclones are back. Sineado did some good work this week.
It's very true.
Mm-hmm.
Nebraska.
I don't think we need to talk about Nebraska.
Yeah, we can skip Nebraska. We can do what Matt Rule said and just put this game behind us, focus on Iowa.
Yep.
If Matt Rule and the Cornhuskers can win.
Yes, sir. What can I get you?
Producer Jaybird, can you help fix the lighting a little bit?
Oh, yes.
It's just destroying my eyeballs.
Like put it down?
Yeah, a little.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Yep, Producer Jaybird knows what he's doing.
He knows exactly what he's doing. I just didn't communicate well.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I think Matt Rule and Nebraska have an opportunity this week for a big win, best win for Matt Rule in his tenure, if they can beat Iowa. But
we're losing by 3 points.
Okay, that's probably what will happen.
That's what I have to tell myself in my head because I'm a psychopath. Realistically, I watched what they did against Michigan State, and I was not impressed. Look, I'm not impressed by Nebraska's D-line either. We give up outside zone like it's a hot knife cut into butter, and that's all Iowa likes to do. They're not going to let Mark Gronowski throw as many deep balls as he did against Michigan State. I was shocked he threw that many deep balls against Michigan State, and that's like passes over 20, 25 yards. And like they hit on a few of them. I don't think Nebraska special teams is going to give up a wet jet touchdown to a wet jet for Iowa. I don't think that's going to happen. Our special teams is pretty solid through and through.
Yeah, every week we've lost and played the next week. We've always bounced back this year, which is encouraging. So yeah, trying to get
and Emmett Johnson didn't have 20 rushes against Penn State.
Yeah, 19.
Yeah, 19.
That's why we lost.
That's why we lost. But realistically, I think Nebraska, Iowa, 50-50 game. In my head, I have to tell myself we're going to get destroyed by them, and I'm going to be miserable. So that way, when we actually do lose by 3 points, I'll say I actually expected it this year. Because last year, we got time of possession on Iowa, outran them, outpassed them. Every stat except for scoring points. We did better.
Yeah. I think overall with Nebraska, everybody's saying that this is a trash season and there's been no improvement. And like Matt Rule year 3 is a hoax. We should move on from Matt Rule kind of thing. The extension was terrible. I think all of that is wrong. I think we have made improvements. We are on our backup quarterback right now.
Yep.
And overall, the program is trending up, even if
Yeah.
you don't necessarily see it in like strictly wins and losses right now. I
Yeah.
think you can just tell like they are trending up. And I think for me, it's easy for me to say that because I didn't experience the national championships in the 90s. And so
Unlike me. Yeah.
a lot of those fans still believe that what we're putting out on the field right now is unacceptable. Well, to me, we went like 10 years without making a bowl game. And so this is completely acceptable
It was
for
not,
now.
It was not 10
What,
years.
7?
It's pretty
Yeah.
close to that.
I was like 11.
Yeah.
11 or 12 last time we made a bowl game. And before that, we were like 8-4, 9-4 kind of thing all the time.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's acceptable for 2 years to have this.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you're getting a low 7 wins, 8 wins. After that, yeah, you got to make a step.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to get there.
Yeah.
So I still have positive vibes on Nebraska, and
We just need to be. I know we've been told the past decade is be patient. It's going to happen. Be patient. It's going to happen. Well, look at where we were in 2023 or 2021. We had 3 wins.
Mhm.
2024. Next
4
year,
wins.
5. Next year, we had 6 wins. This year, we have 7 wins. In 9 years, we're winning a national championship, assuming it's still a 12-team playoff. We'll have 16 wins if we just have one more win every year, which right now, that's the trend.
Yeah.
One more win every year. So next year, we lose to Iowa, we'll have 8 wins next year. Cool. Next year's going to be 9 wins. Then we're getting pretty close to having an undefeated season. 10 wins is going to sound really good in 3 years. Undefeated regular season is going to sound really good in 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
5 years. My
Yeah,
bad.
whatever.
It's all semantics.
Yeah, it's all right.
No, it is kind of, it hurts to watch your team only have one more win better every year.
Right, but I don't know. I'm kind of fine with it as long as we continue to improve.
Yeah.
Like if it's a slow grind up, like okay, whatever, as long as it keeps moving in the correct direction.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not moving forward, then you're moving backwards.
Yeah.
And so as long as we're moving forward, I'm not going to complain.
I want to say one last thing about this.
Yeah.
I was always really hesitant when it came to the 3 years and Matt Rule's going to do something special.
Mm.
Only 3 things are true in life: death, taxes, and Matt Rule year 3. I heard Josh Pate say that too many times. Heard J.D. Pickell say that a few times. I did not like that because I'm like, this is Nebraska. We're cursed. We lose to Iowa by 3 points every year.
It's gonna take more than 3 years to get out of the curse.
In the Big Ten, it's such a competitive and hard conference to win in.
It's not like what he turned Temple around.
And Temple was nothing, and then he got it really good. Baylor was
and the Big 12
under death threats.
Yeah.
And they got him. He got him to be a good team. Never really beat top 25 teams though.
That's very true. He did not face the same level of competition. They went to the NFL. That flamed out.
Yeah.
Now he's back. But he's a culture guy.
He's good for culture, and that culture consistency will be good in the long run. Look at Kirk Ferentz. Has anyone ever questioned his culture at Iowa?
No.
Maybe with
We know that
nepotism.
they're all homophobes.
Baby Ferentz, that was questionable. But other than that, no one's ever questioning that culture. Sure, he's never going to win a Natty or Big Ten title, but
he has the most wins in Big Ten history or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't care. Let's get to our picks.
Yeah.
We recorded our picks. We put out a short, and we went 4-6. And so the games were a little rough, but overall we're now 28-22 on the season. So that's still above 500, but when you're betting straight up, you gotta do better than 500. So we are down $30.38 on a $500 bet overall. So again, not terrible. Like if you would have bet $500, you'd have $470 right now. It's like you win some, you lose some. It's not that bad. And so let's go through the games here. These games were rough. The games that we picked, they were they were rough games. We
Rough
had
games. It was not our fault this week. They made
It-
us pick like 4 G5 games.
yeah, because the SEC was on their like easy win week, whatever. So we picked SMU over Louisville. They won big. We picked Kennesaw State over Missouri State. They won by 7. We picked Oregon over USC. They won by 15.
Quack.
That was 3. We picked Jack State over FIU, and they lost by 6. Like, I don't know.
What are we
Jack
doing?
State and
Jack?
FIU.
What are we doing, Jack? Come on, Jack.
We picked ECU over the Roadrunners. I believe your quote was the Pirates are going to go on the road and run all over the Roadrunners from UTSA. And they did not, because UTSA scored 58 and ECU scored 24. So that was a bad take. But
No,
I mean,
the Pirates.
how could you have seen that coming? UTSA was 5-5. ECU was 7-3.
You're telling me a
ECU
Pirates
is
not
favored.
gonna get a Roadrunner? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, son.
And then Southern Miss loses the rivalry game to South Alabama. I'm assuming that's a rivalry game because I know nothing about these teams.
It's a Southern Miss in the South Alabama. Like, come on. Obviously, it's a rivalry game between the Eagles and the whatever
Jaguars.
Jags.
And yeah, so that game was a close game, only 7.
Keeps getting bad.
Then we picked Houston over TCU, and they lost by 3. I believe there's a field goal miss in there somewhere. I didn't watch many.
Our
of the
reasoning
games,
was Josh Hoover's good, but his defense is tremendously more bad than he is good.
yeah, and I guess we were wrong. Houston just sucks. And then we picked Georgia Tech over Pitt, and Pat Narduzzi. It was a must-win game for Pitt.
Can Haynes King do everything for Georgia Tech? Almost, but you can't do that every week.
Yep, not enough. And then
This one's bad. This one's bad,
so
folks.
this was an Austin special of Smokey is on his boat. Smokey's gonna fall off of his boat in the swamp, and the Gators are gonna eat him up for the 6th time in a row or whatever it is.
No. Every other year since 2003.
Yeah,
Every other year since 2003,
and I said
Tennessee has lost to Florida in the swamp.
if there's a year for that to change, it's this year.
I don't remember you saying that.
I said it, and you ignored me, and that's
Yeah,
all
That
right.
makes sense. I do that to my fiance too.
I let you go with Florida because you got to pick it with your heart sometimes.
My
but
fiance picked Tennessee because they have a cute dog on the sideline. And I said, Smokey gets eaten by the Gators all the time. And she said, that's so sad. I hope Smokey doesn't die this year. I'm going with Tennessee. And I said, all right, woman. And she was right. So that's on me.
yeah, maybe you should pick based on mascots more often. And then
And hot quarterbacks.
well, mostly that. I thought that's what we based all of our projections on.
You can't tell them that.
Oh yeah. Anyways, we picked BYU over Cincinnati because I love Bear, and they won 26-14. I watched the end of that game. It was BYU kind of dominated. So yeah, that's 4-6. That's we would have lost $40.35 on a $100 bet if we bet $10 on each of those games. Money line, it's whatever.
What's our record on the year?
Record on year 28-22. So we're still above 500.
Let's go.
But not making any money. So yeah, that's that. Biggest game was Oregon beat USC, and kind of kept themselves in the playoff conversation. We've got some changes on the B camp that we're going to get to in a second. But any other key takeaways from week 13 before we jump into the B camp poll and then maybe talk about a few rivalry games?
I'm ready to get into this. Let's get into the B camp poll.
All right, B camp poll. We have some changes,
Get out your poll,
but also
whip it out.
a lot has stayed the same. And now
Whip out that big poll.
18 through 25 is going to look a little interesting for people who just don't understand how we like to do things around here.
Yeah, we
And
like
that-
to do things different every week. We
Yeah.
leave you on your toes.
So we'll get to 18 25 in a second. But we're keeping Ohio State at 1. And then I'm going to pause for just a second.
Let's get a pause for a second.
Never mind. I thought I was watching an ad on our video. That's definitely not what's happening.
Oh, what were you doing?
it switched over to a different video. We are not monetized
Why are we not monetized?
because we have no viewers.
Because you guys haven't subscribed. There's lots of people, one or two, watching this show who just haven't subscribed yet.
That's true.
Yeah.
That-
And you
that
got to
is-
subscribe.
subscribe,
Create
like.
your burner accounts and subscribe.
Yes, please. That'd be great.
Get your mom to subscribe. Create an account for your dog and subscribe. Get your dad, your stepdad, your stepmom, your stepbrother, your neighbor, whoever it is that should be blessed by this show, get them to subscribe. Keeps the show free, not like we're making money anyway or you're paying money. Just do it.
Nike.
If you like Shia LaBeouf, just do it. Subscribe.
I don't understand the reference, but the B Camp poll.
He's the just do it guy.
Gotcha.
Where were you in 2016?
I was 11.
Have you not seen the Shia LaBeouf music? Moving on to B Camp poll. Got something to show Brady later.
We still have Ohio State at 1, Texas A&M at 2, Indiana at 3, Georgia at 4. We still have Texas Tech at 5, Ole Miss at 6. That all stays the same. I'll move it up. I'll move it up. That's
Okay, I'm
good.
helping you out here.
I wanted to hide this.
Oh, yeah, we're supposed to hide that.
So maybe I'll just read it off from here.
Producer Jay Bird.
Yeah.
Things up.
Come on, producer Jay Bird. That's all right. He does a good job.
Why
And
don't we
then-
have a TV behind us? Because there's a window there.
Yeah, we can make it a TV.
We could make it a TV.
Go look outside. Anyways,
No one wants to see the crappy dorm behind us.
Facts.
That's where all the nerds live.
Okay, Ole Miss 6. Then we have Oregon at 7. They jumped up a few.
Yeah,
Good win.
good win.
Oklahoma at 8. Notre Dame at 9.
Mhm.
And
Pushed up Notre Dame.
yeah, moved Notre Dame up and moved Oregon up
Yeah.
to varying degrees.
I mean, when you beat a team so bad, you got to go back to the Great Depression to see those stats. When you beat a team so bad that, some of those players just might not be able to have children anymore, you give them some credit. Where
Yeah.
credit is due. When you go,
And not because they're incapable of having children, but they just lost all confidence
yeah,
in who they are as men.
they might not be able to have children.
Yeah. And then I want you to talk about maybe some Notre Dame versus another team in the rankings here in a second. But we have Notre Dame at 9, Bama at 10. We got BYU, 1 loss, Big 12 at 11, Vandy at 12 with 2 losses,
Mhm.
and then Miami at 13 with 2 losses. And so we've got so Oklahoma has 2 losses, Notre Dame, Bama, Vandy, Miami, Utah, and Michigan all have 2 losses.
Yes.
And we kind of have them all clumped together. But talk to me about why we believe that Notre Dame can be at number 9 with 2 losses, and Miami can be at number 13 with 2 losses, even though Miami beat Notre Dame.
Sorry, I had a yawn. If you weren't around at the beginning of the season, where were you? What were you doing, during early September, late August? When you should have been watching Notre Dame, Miami. Miami beat Notre Dame in Miami in Hard Rock Stadium. Obviously, that was a big loss for Notre Dame. They go on to lose to Texas A&M. We see now that Texas A&M is a top 3 team in the nation. Amazing football team. Okay, cut it close to South Carolina. But, a lot of people are going to be like, why isn't Miami ranked over Notre Dame when they have the head-to-head matchup? Here's why. Our poll, yes, is entirely merit-based. But at the same time, we have to legitimately say who are the best teams in the nation right now. So we go off of merit, and then we have to view the longevity of success. That is, Notre Dame and Miami started parallel to each other. Miami beats Notre Dame. But Notre Dame goes down a little bit after losing to Texas A&M.
Close game.
Really
Both those close games.
Really close games. As the season goes on, Miami says, "Oh, hi, how we doing, Louisville?" Bonk. Lose to Louisville. "Oh, hi, how we doing, SMU?" Bonk. Lose to SMU. You're going to tell me that a loss to Texas A&M is the same thing as a loss to SMU or Louisville? Texas A&M's undefeated. Texas A&M's beat some really good teams this year. Notre Dame has held their end of the bargain, and they have gotten better. You can see it on the field. They have leaned on the teams like USC and just ran through them.
Mhm.
They have good playmakers. Yes, their passing game isn't as good as we all hoped it would be, but they have maintained their success and they have beaten their Louisvilles. They have beaten their SMUs handedly, handedly beat them. They beat Pitt, which is very comparable to Louisville and SMU in terms
Yes.
of who they've beaten. Very comparable. Pitt might even be a little bit better. All right. And Miami lost to Louisville at home. So as the season goes on, Notre Dame is staying the same or even getting better. And as you can see, they've definitely gotten better. Miami, their tank was not as full as Notre Dame's. They had that early success, came out punching, got some good hooks on Notre Dame. They felt fine. Miami will not be in the playoff, most likely, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're not the committee, so we'll see what the
We're
committee
not the
does. But they have had Notre Dame above Miami pretty handedly, and their reasoning is, oh, well, they haven't been in the same comparative pools. And what that means is the way that they rank people is they kind of put people in a pool. So they're like, okay, maybe they don't tell you how big those pools are. It's like, okay, maybe the top 4 are in a pool, and then 5 through 9 are in a pool.
Yeah.
And so if they're close, then they compare each other. So what
Mhm.
they're saying is Notre Dame and Miami have not been in the same pool to compare each other.
Which
Once-
makes no sense because they played each other.
Once they're in the same pool, then the head-to-head will matter. And so
That
what we
just
are
doesn't
saying,
make any sense.
what we are saying is scrap the comparative pools.
Yeah.
We don't care about that. What we care about is this team, is Team A better than Team B?
Yeah.
Okay, Team B beat Team A. Okay. What have we seen since then? Because Alabama lost to Florida State, and you don't see Florida State anywhere close to this poll.
They're not ranked.
And so Texas Tech lost to Arizona State.
Yep.
Arizona State is at the bottom of this list.
Yep.
And so it's not just strictly head to head. It's usually when resumes are similar.
Mhm.
Well, you're like, oh, well, they both have 2 losses. What you just said captures how Notre Dame was playing at a high level,
Mhm.
and Miami was playing at a high level, and they were very similar, and Miami beat them, and so they were above them. But it has flipped because of what you said of
Yeah.
how it has gone through the season. And
Yeah.
nobody would tell you that if they played wherever they played, neutral field, at Miami, at Notre Dame, that Miami would be favored. Because we all know that Notre Dame would be favored in that game because Notre Dame is the better football team. And so
Yep.
we can rank based on merit, but merit does not equal resume. Resume is just an indicator
Mhm.
or record, I should say. And that's just an indicator of how good teams are. And it's very clear that Notre Dame is far and above Miami. And the last point I want to
Not
say,
super far.
well, I would say currently, like not super far, but far enough.
The difference between number 9 and number 13 isn't huge.
Correct. But between Notre Dame and Miami, maybe. But like my last point kind of speaks to that is you're not just ranking Notre Dame against Miami. You're ranking Notre Dame against Bama and BYU and Vanderbilt and Miami and Utah and Michigan. And so you have to rank all of the teams in comparison to each other.
Mhm.
So if you wanted to say, oh, well, Miami beat Notre Dame, so they should be above them, or
Yeah.
are you comfortable putting Miami above Vanderbilt, BYU, and Alabama? Because that's what you have to do.
Yep.
And if you take their resumes on those teams and compare them, then Miami's not better than those teams. And then you take Notre Dame's resume and you compare them against those 3 teams, and Notre Dame is better.
Yeah. And if you're just to like completely scrap any logos and say, this is Team A, this is Team B, they both have 2 losses. Team A beat Team B. Who's better? Obviously, with only that information, you're going to say, well, Team A is better because they beat Team B.
If that's the only information
Okay.
you have. But
Let's reveal the rest of the schedule, and you look at that and you say, oh, Team A kind of fell off. But Team B, well, they look like they could go beat some teams right now. They look like they could go beat somebody.
because they are beating people 70-7.
And also 2 losses in college football. If you take like two Big Ten losses and 2 SEC losses, you still have to say to who, because the disparity in talent from team to team is huge in college football.
Mhm.
And we're talking super conferences here, so you can't even compare Team A to Team LMNOP, QRSTUZ, whatever. On too many teams.
We'll get into super conference at the end of this B camp poll. The last thing I want to say on Notre Dame Miami is you can look at just the resumes. How about you look at the games and you just watch the games?
Yes,
Because that's what really tells you.
go watch Jeremiah Love.
Yeah, and so that's kind of what we're getting at. Is like metrics are a tool, but they're not the law.
I'm sorry, Carson Beck, you're just not him. One player doesn't make up a team, but it's just he doesn't have the juice to go through the season. He's not that type. Miami is not that type of team.
Yeah, doesn't seem like it.
I might bite my tongue if they can somehow sneak into the playoff and do well. I don't think Miami would hold up well in the playoff. Defense probably would.
Yeah.
Not the rest of the team.
Okay, so we've got Miami at 13. Moving on to the rest, we've got Utah at 14, Michigan at 15, Texas at 16, and Tennessee at 17. And that's where our rankings stop the normal path of rankings, because 18 to 25, we have, 8 teams that can kind of just go wherever.
Yeah.
We really don't care. Because when you try to compare these teams to each other, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
And because part of the reason is because we have super conferences and they haven't played each other.
Uh-huh.
And then the other reason is because we have big super conferences, so their schedules are just completely different. So we have the G5 and the ACC and USC in 18 through 25. And what that means is we think there are 3 G5 teams, 2 from the American, 1 from the Sun Belt, and then 4 ACC teams, and then Southern Cal should be ranked somewhere 18 to 25. And so in no particular order, we have JMU, Tulane, North Texas, SMU, Pitt, Virginia, Georgia Tech, USC.
Emphasis on no particular order.
No particular order. I would lean, this is where me and Austin might differ on a few things, and it doesn't really matter, because all that will matter is who wins a conference championship out of these and who are the highest ranked.
Yeah.
And so once we know who the conference champions are, then we can rank them. And then we can say, okay, yeah, they're better than this team, and so they'll get into the playoff. But I would say JMU and North Texas are above Tulane in G5, and then I would probably take SMU out of the ACC. But based on record and resume, maybe Virginia.
And
but
Pitt
I
just
think
beat Georgia Tech. So what are you going to do with that mess?
I don't know, but I know Georgia Tech's out of the ACC championship game, kind of. I'll get into that in a second. But honestly, I'd take USC to beat any of these teams, but probably about in the middle of the pack record-wise.
Haynes King, I love your voice so much.
That is your B camp poll.
He's a beautiful Southern accent.
After week 13.
Gone.
Let's talk about the ACC championship game, because you're going to kill yourself about this. This is so bad.
I already throw up looking at the ACC standings.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, Georgia Tech. Let's start with Georgia Tech, because nothing else can change for them. They are 6-2
in conference.
They're done. They played Georgia this week. Okay,
9-2 in real life.
They're 9-2 regular season.
9-2 is a good record until you can't even play in your own conference, because there's a billion teams in it from coast to coast. Syracuse, Miami, and Stanford are in the same conference. Gross. And SMU, you got like New York. I don't even know where Syracuse. I think it's in New York. You got New York, you got Florida, you got Texas, California. Wow, what a beautiful coastal conference. Until your fans can't even go to their games. Sorry.
It's all right. I agree. So Georgia Tech 6-2. They're currently 4th in the conference. Below them with 2 losses, you have Miami and you have Duke. Miami
I'm gonna sneeze.
plays Pittsburgh. Miami plays Pittsburgh this week. Duke plays Wake Forest.
Yeah.
Okay. If Duke wins, they get to 6-2. If Miami wins, they get to 6-2. If Miami wins, that would necessitate Pittsburgh losing. Right now, Pitt is 6-1, and so their loss would bring them to 6-2. So that puts 4 teams at 6-2. What you have left is you have Virginia hosting Virginia Tech 7 p.m. Saturday night.
I'll watch that game.
They're 6-1, and you have SMU going to Cal 8 p.m. Saturday night.
I probably won't watch that game.
If Virginia loses to Virginia Tech and SMU loses to Cal, okay, so just track this. Virginia loss, SMU loss, Duke wins, and Miami beats Pitt. Those are four things have to happen, and then you have a 6-way tie for first place. You will have a 6-way tie for first place.
Look, I love the chaos. That is a lot of fun. But what the heck are we doing,
So
guys?
I have no idea who comes away with that tiebreaker because it doesn't matter about head-to-head anymore because it's just like all these stupid strength of schedule and common opponents and your record of the teams that you beat and the record of your teams that you lost to, and it's crap because we need to go back to divisions. But Austin will get into that in a second.
How do you decide a 6-way tie? Do you do the parking lot coin toss that all those Texas
you might as
school
well.
coaches did?
You might as well. That'd be more fair.
Hey, let's go meet up in Charlotte, North Carolina, eat some barbecue and coin toss.
That would be more fair. But here's what you all need to know. If Virginia and SMU control their destiny.
Yes.
Okay. Virginia beats Virginia Tech, they're in. SMU beats Cal, they're in. That's their conference championship.
And Pitt plays
Miami.
Yeah.
Even if they win, Pitt does not control their destiny. Because of it would be a 3-way tie, and then the conference, like all that stuff, they don't control their destiny. All you need to know is Virginia controls their destiny and SMU control their destiny. So if those 2 things happen, crisis avoided. If one of those teams loses, we're in for we're in for something. I don't know. But
that is ACC. Something.
And it might be said, oh yeah, but the winner of the ACC, like, they'll get into the playoffs, surely. Well, how can you say that when if Virginia and SMU win? We have Virginia and SMU in the 18 to 25 category. Who else do we have in the 18 to 25 category? JMU from the Sun Belt, Tulane and North Texas from the American. And so we could see a world where these G5 teams are ranked above the highest ranked conference champion or the highest ranked team from the ACC if they end up winning out. Miami is trying to sneak in as an at-large.
Well, let me pause you here, Brady. If the ACC already didn't have several teams that have lost to out-of-conference opponents, we would be able to apply some SEC hypothetical logic here. ACC, 6-way tie for the title. Brady, that just means they're the most competitive and most depthful conference in the United States.
Yeah.
More depth in the ACC. SEC. It just means that
they have
every
6 good teams.
They have 6 good teams.
It just means more.
That could be in their conference title game.
Which means they could be in the playoff.
Hypothetically, they should really get 5 bids into the playoff this year. Screw the SEC. Do they have a 6-way tie for their
No, they don't
title?
have a 6-way tie.
No, they don't, because they're not the most deep conference. They got to get deep. They got to dig in deep how they were last year.
Yeah.
They're not deep enough.
But we can't really say that, can we?
Can't really say that because
Pittsburgh's losing to Notre Dame huge, and
Miami beat Notre Dame.
Miami did beat Notre Dame. But the committee has said themselves that's the one good win the ACC has. Other than that, there's nothing.
Florida State beat Bama. So there you go.
Florida State
ACC is more deep.
Florida,
Your worst team.
Florida State is third to last.
Your third to last team in the ACC beat Alabama. Come on, son. It is that deep. ACC, it's just more deep.
ACC is just more deep.
It's just more national. It's just more deep.
Yeah.
It's just more deep, folks. Think about it. You have to exclude Chapel Bill getting absolutely demolished by a 4-loss TCU. Or is it 5-loss TCU now?
No, they won, so it's 4, right?
4-loss TCU kind of smoked North Carolina. But they're really, really bad, folks. And, okay, Virginia Tech did lose to South Carolina.
North Carolina is still above Virginia Tech, Florida State, Syracuse, and Boston College in the rank.
It's just that deep.
Yep.
Virginia Tech lost to South Carolina, I believe. Pitt lost to Notre Dame. Miami beat Notre Dame. So, they have the Alabama win for their third the worst team. You have the Notre Dame win for Miami. So I guess we'll see. Is it just more deep? Or does the SEC just mean more?
I don't know. We will see at the end of the day what the committee.
I want to match up the top 6 teams in the ACC with the top 6 teams in the SEC and see what happens.
Yeah, let's see that slaughtering.
Must see TV.
That would be TVMA.
Slaughtering, exactly. SEC is going to just get more beat by the more deep team. What?
I agree.
It's just more deep.
Hey, we'll see Georgia Tech, Georgia this weekend.
Heck yeah.
And on that note, we know the ACC is crazy, but rivalry week is going to be even crazier.
Let's go.
So I'm going to give you a few.
This is what college football is all about.
Yep.
Egg Bowls, Iron Bowls, Heroes Trophy. Is Kansas happening this week, or did that thing already happen? The Sunflower Showdown.
Yeah, that already happened.
Dang.
Indiana, Purdue.
You know what used to be this week? Bedlam. Oklahoma State. You know who won the last Bedlam? Oklahoma State. You know who's the worst team in the Big 12? Oklahoma State.
You know who gets to beat Oklahoma State this week?
Iowa State. Can we get a rivalry name for that one? They're not really rivals.
All right, I'm going to give you.
Oh, you know what? Or is a rival for Oklahoma the state? Tornadoes. Tornadoes have consistently destroyed towns in Oklahoma. And Brady does have a shirt here that was founded by some people who were tragically impacted by tornadoes. But for the sake of this, tornadoes, cyclones, Iowa State. Ooh, you better start those sirens. You better start those sirens in Stillwater, Oklahoma, because there's a storm. Rocco. Not Carson Hansen, because I think he got hurt pretty bad.
Yeah. All right. We got to get into rivalry games.
I'm already in it.
You're gonna give me.
I'm in it.
You're gonna give me 45 seconds on each game. Okay.
I get 45 seconds. Let's go.
And so I'm just gonna read these off to you.
Okay.
We'll start on Friday. We're gonna skip Iowa, Nebraska. We already talked about that.
The 3-point rivalry.
Egg Bowl. 45 seconds. Go.
Ole Miss. If you lose this, you're stupid. Don't lose this. Egg Bowl. Always great. My favorite Egg Bowl memory was the guy peeing like a dog in the end zone. Hilarious. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just look up Egg Bowl dog peeing end zone. Hilarious. Literally caused him to lose a game. That's all I got to say about that. Ole Miss is going to win.
Love that. Georgia Tech.
Good one. Georgia Tech, little brother. Georgia, big brother. Last year, this game went to, I think, 300 overtime?
Yeah,
Georgia Tech should have won that. You had some nepotism from the refs. Petting Uga out in the corner. If Haynes King can turn on that Southern charm that certainly has stole my heart, then Georgia Tech has a real chance to win this game. But Kirby Smart loves his team, and they're going to do it for Daddy Kirby.
Okay. A&M at Texas.
Beautiful one. You have rich people in Austin versus a cult. Love to see it. I'm pretty sure every time Texas A&M goes to play Texas, thousands of students gather together with torches and candles and go over to the statue outside of Texas A&M Kyle Field, and then they put all the candles in front of the statue and sing songs to it. Some people call it idol worship. Other people call it a Friday night in November. College football, baby. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. This one's in Austin, right?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. I hope Texas A&M wins this game. I just horns down.
Horns
That's all I
down.
gotta say.
The game. Ohio State at Michigan.
Skipping over Arizona ASU.
Do you have thoughts?
It's there's a nickname for it. Something about the desert. Death in the desert. No water over there. Hold on. There's a nickname for it.
Yeah,
There's a nickname.
that's the problem. Is my app is not telling me the names.
Yeah,
and
ESPN doesn't like the nicknames.
The
'cause they're
names
gay.
are very important. So if we miss a name, please don't hate us for missing the name. It's just we
It means a
don't
lot to
know.
us.
If we can learn the names, we will use them.
Duel in the desert.
Duel in the desert.
How cool is that?
What do you got in the duel in the desert?
Honestly, I don't know. It could go either way. Duel in the desert. I'm gonna go with Kenny Dillingham, Arizona State. Jeff Sims gonna work some of his mad
Some of his
just playing footballness.
Okay, I like that. All right. Ohio State at Michigan.
The game. My least favorite nickname for any football game. Also, Texas A&M. Texas is the Lone Star Showdown.
I like that. Lone
Cool.
Star Showdown.
Okay, the game. I'm outright picking Michigan because why not? I think it would be hilarious. We live in Ohio. We go to college in Ohio. We're from Iowa, but we go to college, Cedarville University. There's a lot of Michigan fans here, a lot of Ohio State fans, and they all crash out every year after they lose to Michigan. It's just really funny to see at this point for our Ohio State audience. You're not going to be happy to hear that, but I think I'm openly rooting for Michigan just for the pure hilarity of it. Also, my fiance's family, I'm going to be with them, and they have part of their family are like Michigan fans for the level we're Nebraska and Iowa State fans.
wow.
And I'm legitimately thinking about getting a Michigan hat and wearing it there
Wow.
as a Nebraska and Iowa State fan.
Way to show your respect for their fandom.
Oh wait, did I say Michigan hat? Sorry, Ohio State hat. Just to mess with them.
Oh,
Just to mess with them. Even though I'm rooting for Michigan, just to mess with them because I hate Michigan too. I hate both teams very equally, and I'm annoyed incredibly by both. And people say you're just annoyed by our success. I got people in my life that I have as the reasons for hating both teams.
Yeah.
So it really depends on who I'm around. I'll root for whoever you're not rooting for.
all right. And my fiance is a big Michigan fan, so
Yeah, your fiance is
Go Blue.
stupid. It's okay. Even though I'm rooting for Michigan to win.
all right. Next up, Vanderbilt at Tennessee. Quick thoughts.
This one's got a nickname too. Gotta look it up.
Okay, you look it up. I'll give quick thoughts. Vanderbilt can basically secure their spot in the playoff if they beat Tennessee. It's at Neyland Stadium. Tennessee's favored by 2.5. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. Sweet baby boy Diego might be able to turn it on for the Commodores. If they win, they will be in the playoff because it will be a good win, enough to jump them over some teams like Miami, BYU, if they're below them in the college football playoff. You got a name for this one?
There's no official nickname, but the Smoky Mountain Bowl. The Smoky Mountain Bowl.
Smoky Mountain Bowl.
Smoky Mountain Bowl sounds
right.
kind of cool.
Mizzou at Arkansas.
Sweet baby boy. Mizzou, Arkansas.
Mhm.
This one has had some of my favorite fights.
We just watched
Just before
from
that, yeah.
2023.
2023, look up Missouri Arkansas 2023 fight. This is a lesser known rivalry that definitely gets heated between the teams and the fans, probably because of the distance between the schools. I do think Mizzou is going to win this game. Ahmad Hardy might have another good rushing game. Arkansas, they're just in a pit right now.
Man, they're in a pit.
Get Pittman.
Man, they're in a pit.
Yeah, man, they're in a pit. That one probably has a nickname too. I'm just not remembering them tonight.
That's all right.
I'll always remember Bedlam, though. That one was one of my favorites. Battle Line Rivalry.
Okay.
Not as cool.
Pretty basic.
Missouri had the border war earlier this year, and people are calling it the border showdown. No. Do your history, folks. Look up the border war between Missouri and Kansas. I'm talking the real stuff where they were killing each other. Like, literally killing each other. Insane.
Nice. All right, we're going to keep going. Oregon at Washington. Any quick thoughts there other than Oregon needs to win?
Yeah, Oregon's probably going to win.
If they lose, they're out of the playoff. most likely.
Is this one the Apple Cup?
I think that's Washington at Washington State, right?
Oh, yeah, because that's the in-state. Yeah, I don't know if this one has a good nickname. Nothing I can certainly remember. Not really, my whole life haven't been too concerned. The Cascade Clash.
Nope, that's false. That's false.
It's not called the Cascade Clash?
That's terrible. I've never heard that before in my life.
Never, yeah. Maybe if I'm a fan of Oregon or Washington, I've heard of it.
FSU at Florida. Two sucky teams that are going to probably
Sunshine Showdown.
kill each other on the field at 4:30 p.m. in Gainesville.
Sunshine Showdown. Oh, I love this game. I love the animosity between the fan bases. Love the disdain that people have. It's all healthy for you folks. Go Gators.
All right.
They just got the better roster, allegedly. Maybe DJ Lagway won't throw a million interceptions. I hope Florida wins. I like Gators. My granddaddy and mom are big Gator fans. So chomp, your Seminoles or football team, not the actual ones.
Yeah. Big Pac-12 matchup. Oregon State at Washington State. All right, moving on. Iron Bowl.
I'm sorry, Pac-12. You died. It's sad. Iron Bowl. Oh, my goodness. Could we ask for a better Iron Bowl? In Jordan-Hare Stadium, everything else gets thrown out the window, what you know about these teams, because anything can happen. My favorite Iron Bowl I ever watched a few years ago, Alabama, in Jordan-Hare Stadium, at Auburn. It was like 4th and 34, and Jalen Milroe just lets it up there. Dude's in quad coverage, jumps up, catches it, touchdown. Alabama gets to the playoff. And my granddaddy's like, I can't really remember what he said. He said something, though. Did you hear that noise? I don't know what that was. Totally lost my train of thought. Weird monkey sounds coming from outside. You never know. That was crazy. That was an insane game. Hopefully we get a finish like that. I really hope Auburn wins.
Yeah.
I really hope
kick
Auburn
Bama
wins.
out of the playoff. Auburn gets to a bowl game.
That Jordan-Hare Stadium will be the most electric environment.
DJ Durkin might get the permanent head coaching job at Auburn if he wins.
There will be no better football stadium to be in. Maybe this year, other than Lincoln Memorial Stadium on any given Saturday, than Jordan-Hare Stadium Saturday night if Auburn wins.
That's true. And then, yeah, that about wraps us up. We've got like UCLA, USC, but
no one cares.
And
someone probably cares. Not UCLA's fans.
Notre Dame, Stanford might have been a rivalry game like 70 years ago,
it's like
but
the battle for the they got some weird trophies out west. I'll just say that.
They do.
They got some weird trophies.
And we did have one more.
Hey, there was a rivalry, I think, last week between some of the nerd schools in California.
Stanford and Cal.
Yeah, they
had
had
axe.
They had
that thing's so weird.
They had like the two lady nerd sororities there, and they were pretty angry at each other.
Yeah, they just like stand there and just like
go nerdy ladies. Love to see you in football.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
Minnesota, Wisconsin.
Yes, that's the other one I was going to talk about.
Yeah, the battle for Paul Bunyan's axe.
Yes, that one's fire.
That's awesome.
It's a great trophy.
Fighting for a giant wooden axe. How cool is that?
So that about wraps us up for tonight. But
the winning team should be able to decapitate the other team's head coach, like pinata style, with a pinata, Brady. Not in real life. You think I want to watch Luke Fickle get his head chopped off? Only in a pinata. That'd be so cool. They just like go over to because they do the mascot. They could do the mascot.
All right.
How cool would it be to see Goldie the Gopher?
Goldie
the Gopher gets his head axed off. That would be amazing.
We're gonna wrap it up for tonight. And
come on, you want to see it happen. You know you want to see it happen.
We will release a video later this week talking about the best rivalry trophies in college football.
There's a wooden turtle out there.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that for you guys, and then we'll put our picks out there once we make them, and maybe a reaction to the college football playoff poll if it sucks. But yeah, that's about it.
if there is anyone from the University of Wisconsin or Minnesota, and you can make it so you're axing off the other team's mascot pinata style with that Paul Bunyan axe,
All right, that's it for
you
the
will
Big
have
Camp
the number
podcast
one
for Week
trophy.
13.
You will have the number one trophy in the B
Please
camp.
don't kill
poll.
anybody. Like, subscribe. Peace. Go Big Red.
Get the chopping.
Go Big Red.
Oh, roll clones.